The morning of December 8th, 2022, Calvin Castine at the intersection of Route 9 and Route 11 at the Champlain Shopping Center. I'm wearing a variety of hats today, obviously the hometown cable hat, but also county legislature, and later on as a member, officer of the Woodmen of the World, Chapter 462, Woodmen Life 462. Several weeks ago, Mayor Janet McFetridge here in the village of Champlain contacted me as the county legislator about looking for grants to get a shelter for a bench that was here, located in this vicinity, for the cart bus. Clinton County Rural Transportation has cart buses that pick up people in the northern tier and around the county and deliver them to Plattsburgh. And this is the stop. So I came down to look at that bench to get an idea of the situation, and it was gone. So I immediately checked and found out that within the past 24 hours of that time, the Price Chopper folks had moved it out of here because it was damaged, and they were afraid somebody might fall on the bench, broken bench, so they had removed it. So we were looking at possibly getting it replaced by Price Chopper. So we hadn't heard back from them, and I surveyed this situation and decided that we didn't need to build a shelter because we already had one here in the corner, a ready-made shelter. And this is the mayor right here. And I'm picturing this a little closer to the corner myself. How about you, Mayor?
The reason we put it here is because there's a bolt in the wall, and we can chain it to the wall.
Oh, okay.
And it's such a lovely bench, we thought it might walk away.
Or get blown away.
I don't know if it'd be blown. It's fairly heavy, but it could be attractive to someone.
Yes, it could be.
So that's why we placed it there. And so the village crew picked it up, and they got a chain and they attached it.
Yeah, the Woodmen, I was in the middle of a narration here, and they approached the Woodmen of the World, and I was unable to attend the meeting, but asked them to put it on the agenda to buy a bench here to put in this situation, and it was unanimously passed, and the president and secretary, Dave and Ella Blixt, dutifully came down and went to Ace Hardware. We wanted to keep it the business within the shopping center if we could. Ace Hardware, and they ordered one. And Tuesday I was in there getting another item, and Don Glad said, the bench is here, and do you want it assembled? I said, certainly. So that was Tuesday morning, and probably an hour later they called me at home and said the bench was assembled. So very fast service from Ace Hardware. So this is, there's no sense in putting up a shelter when we've already got a ready-made one here, right?
Well, for this area, this is great.
This is
perhaps
perfect.
A shelter in a different part of the village,
right.
But this is perfect for this stop.
Right. So we had to get a hold of Kinney Drugs because this is now in the Kinney Drugs footprint, and the mayor did that. Tell us about that.
Well, I just reached out to a few people that I know, and
quite closely, no, right?
Yes, just reached out to someone that I know closely and asked if that could be done. And he reached out to corporate and asked, and they were very happy to accommodate the bench here and very supportive of this idea of providing shelter for a place to sit for local residents waiting for the bus.
Right. So it's out of the rain, and pretty much out of the wind, I would imagine there, and out of the snow and
away from the snow plowing.
Yeah.
And
so
it's a great spot.
It was incredible timing though, because when you called me, within 24 hours, the existing bench had been moved.
Yeah, that was a mystery. I don't know how that got moved the same time we were talking about finding a bench.
but it worked out well, and so I'm here, as I said, on behalf of the Woodmen, and as a happy county legislator to know that we were able to get this solved so quickly. So very shortly we're going to have a little formal presentation.
Well, I don't know about a formal presentation. I think we're going to have a
photo op.
A photo op and maybe a short dedication.
Okay.
And it won't be very formal.
Okay. No, I hope not.
Unless you make it formal.
No, I'm rather known for my informality.
Me as well.
And this is the Woodmen donated the bench to the village, so it's the village bench, and it's here on the Pomerleau property and Kinney footprint.
It's an example of
Working together.
several organizations working together very quickly too.
Yes. I'm glad we can get this done. Of course, we've been fortunate that they haven't had much inclement weather, but I'm sure there's a lot on the horizon here as we approach mid-December.
Yeah, and it's not only transportation. People come shopping and then they wait
sure.
for their ride to pick them up. So the bench is going to get a lot of use for various reasons, not just waiting for a bus.
Right. Okay. Anything else you'd like to mention?
No, except thank you for working so quickly with me on this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad everything fell into place so quickly too. And a lot of cooperation. Like I said, amazing. Ace Hardware. In an hour after I saw them, it was all assembled. So.
Yeah, and then the village crew came down.
Yeah, that same
within
day.
Probably half an hour and carried it down and found the chain to chain it up. Yeah, so thanks to them for responding so quickly too.
All right. Okay, here is that aforementioned bench, and we've just taken a photo that will be shared with everyone. Let's introduce these gentlemen. Your name?
I'm Jonathan Gingrich.
And your title here?
I'm store manager here at the store.
How long you been here?
2 years.
2 years. All right.
And Casey Gould, Regional Operations Manager.
All right, for Kinney Drugs, and you were store manager here at one point?
Correct. I was up here a few years ago. I was store manager, and then I managed down in Plattsburgh and took on the current role that I'm in.
All right, and you're telling us off camera you go from Governor all the way up through Vermont. Huh?
That's correct. Yep.
I
I have the most picturesque area to travel for sure.
How many stores?
40.
40. All right. And how many stores does Kinney's have altogether?
96.
96. So you got a good portion of them, don't you?
About half.
Pretty close. All right. So, what were the steps to get approval on this? Was it? I don't imagine it was too difficult to get approval on this to do this little item here.
No. Janet had reached out, and we were able to get this here, and it's a great addition to the store. I remember from my time here, the bus stops here, and this will be great for the community, for them to have a place to stay out of the weather and a place to just kind of rest while they wait. So it's great.
Yeah, and we want to tell people that even if they're not waiting for the bus, they're welcome to sit there. Yeah, so.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right. So anything else either of you gentlemen would like to say here?
No, just glad to be part of the community, and I hope it's definitely an improvement for our store and for the community, and hopefully everyone's able to use it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And
Thank you both.
And thank you, Janet, for starting all this.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your help, and thanks to Kinney Drugs for working so well with the community.
Thank
I
you.
know one of the focuses of the store, the whole chain, is to work with communities. So you did
Absolutely.
an awesome job with that.
Thanks for your opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll just give my regrets from Dave and Ella Blix, the president and secretary of the Woodmen, who would help to be here, but they weren't able to hear because they're on their way to Florida. Doggone them.
Stay here. It's warm.
Right. Nice warm there.
Nice warm day today. Thank you, everyone.
All right.